to your BVPs, Ben's most valuable players, because we got 3 different guys in from last week in the top 5 with 2 holding strong. So let's get started with your number 5. Do you want to explain anything further before we get into it?
No, I would just say that you're right. 2 of them that are on here have been on all year, which I think will be a consistent. And there is a 3rd on here that I do think is here to stay. But we'll get all to that. Let's start with number 5, Adley Rutschman. Just talked all about him, again, having a monster year so far. 315 average, 4 home runs, 18 RBIs. That is just offensively. For a catcher to be in this conversation of a top 5 player in the game of baseball this year and in the BVP conversation, he's playing every single day as a catcher. And he is the reason that the Orioles have turned around their franchise. So, offensively, great. Catching-wise, great. All of it. Adley is the epitome of a most valuable player. Mm-hmm. So, can I point to his offensive numbers and say that they are on par or better than the other people on this list? I don't think that's fair to say. But the fact that he's in the conversation offensively and on the top offensive leaderboards to start the year while doing what he's doing behind the plate is a reason that I absolutely feel great about having Adley on my list of BVP this week.
Is that who you think is going to stay for a little bit? Oh,
No.
Okay. No. Oh, ooh, shocking. Okay, number 4, Luis Arraez.
I don't think that Luis Arraez gets enough credit. All right, this guy's hitting .435, an OPS north of 1,000. He has 40 hits already on the year. He won the batting title last year. I really think I would like to start the conversation that Luis Arraez might be the first player since Ted Williams to hit 400 in a season. Every time I watch a game, this guy's getting 2 hits. So his average going up or down specifically depends on if he's getting 4 or 5 at-bats. If he goes 2 for 5, his batting average is going down. If he goes 2 for 4, it will go up slightly. That's the territory this guy is in already. He's playing every day, so he has tons of at-bats. He's hitting .435. I really do believe that this guy has a chance to bat 400 this year. If anybody in baseball has a chance to do it, it's Luis Arraez. He's not going to hit for power. He's got a home run on the year. 1. He's not going to hit for a ton of power. He's not going to drive balls deep into the gaps and off the wall. He's going to get singles. He's going to get on base. And he's doing that at a clip over 500 this year. .435 batting average. I think it's time to have a legitimate conversation that Luis Arraez should be in this conversation, though not hitting for all of the power. But if you're going to hit well over 400, come on. You deserve to be in this conversation, and this guy absolutely is. He's number 4 on my list this week.
Number 3, Ronald Acuna Jr.
This is the name that I believe is here to stay all year long. 362 on the year. The power is back. 5 home runs, 16 RBIs, 14 stolen bases. Ronald Acuna hit a home run the other day. I was watching the game at Citi Field that went into the 3rd deck.
Monster.
An absolute bomb. The announcers said they haven't seen a home run hit up there other than maybe Giancarlo Stanton hit a ball up there, who, when he gets into balls, nobody hits him further than him. Ronald Acuna, I have always been a huge fan of this guy since, I was asked the other day, who are players that you played against in the minors that you knew were something special? And Ronald Acuna Jr. was one of those players that jumped out to me. And it's not just because one of my 2 pitching outings, I faced Ronald Acuna, and I threw the nastiest curveball of my life, and he hit it for a rocket double off the wall in right center field. I knew it outside of that. This guy had all the talent in the world, and now we're seeing it in the big leagues. And he had the injury a couple of years ago. He had the comeback last year, freakishly fast from his ACL injury, where he was not himself. And now we're seeing Ronald being back to Ronald. I think this guy has 40-40 in his future, 40 homers, 40 stolen bases. Will he get to 40 homers this year? I don't know. He has the power to do it. I love Ronald Acuna, and this year he is well on his way to perhaps winning a National League MVP award. He's number 3 on my list.
Hot take. Now we're moving to the top 2 who have been solid on this list for majority of the year. Matt Chapman at number 2.
Matt Chapman's been on this list all year long, and well, no spoilers. He's number 2 on my list, and what a start to the year he's having, right? 374 average with 5 homers, 21 RBI, and to me, the impressive stat, yeah, we can point to OPS north of 1,100, the home runs, but nobody in baseball history has had more doubles through the month of April than Matt Chapman. Pretty impressive stat. While also playing an elite Gold Glove defense over at third base. Matt Chapman this year has been remarkable, and the start to his year is certainly MVP worthy, and he's here again at number 2 on my list.
And number 1, once again, the unicorn, Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, running it back, still at number 1 on my list, Shohei. You know what he's doing, and he did not have a week that is possible to kick him out of the top spot. He now has 7 homers on the week. He hit 2 since the last time I put this list together. Almost hit for this cycle. He's pitching fantastic, 4-0 with a 1.85 ERA. I could go on, but again, at the top of my list is Shohei Ohtani for what he is meaning to that Angels team and the player that he is. There is no more valuable player right now than Shohei, and it's going to take somebody like a Matt Chapman hitting over 400 with a bunch of power to even remarkably come close to topping Shohei in this spot. So Adley Rutschman, Luis Arraez, Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Chapman, and Shohei Ohtani round out my list of this week's BVPs, which is most valuable players all combined into one from both leagues in one place, so we can all know who are the top 5 players right now in the game of baseball. And these are